What is omnichannel content? It is the process of creating that content, which the content plan is helping you create, and that where column is distributing it across many platforms. Now, many of you are going to have a heart attack. You can no longer just be on one platform. Because why? Your audience is everywhere. When you do your ideal customer avatar, you will very quickly learn where your audience is hanging out, and you have to be there. You can't force them to come to your platform. You love Facebook, they hate Facebook. You have to learn where they are, create for your favorite platform. And today I'm going to talk to you a bit about how you can repurpose that content you've created for your favorite platform and distribute it wherever they might find you, or wherever that type of content works best. Because each channel, each platform, network, whatever you might want to call it, has its favorite type of content. Okay, so why am I harping on this? Because when you are in more than one place and you're going to where your customer is, you are going to get more engagement. There's no doubt about it. When you are meeting them where they are and you are consistently in front of them, there's going to be higher followers because you're getting followers from many different places, and higher retention. People are less likely to leave you when you are relevant in front of them where they like to be. And of course, insights, because you're on different platforms, you can learn so much by visiting your insights. And I really urge you to do it. Just click through to your insights and just have a look at what's going on there. What are people engaging with? That is such valuable stuff. And if you think you've created something great and no one's engaging, you've got to work out what's wrong there. You obviously are not hitting the sweet spot. And then competitive advantage is obvious. If you are in more places than your competitors, people are going to find you easier and you're going to look more professional. How do you do it? We're going to talk about that today. And what if you don't? Do I need to elaborate on my little emoji? You're missing a huge opportunity. I can lead you to water, but I can't force you to drink. You just need to understand the value of being in more than one place, and preferably many, wherever your ideal customer hangs out. And today I'm going to make it very easy to do that. It is not a chore, trust me. So let's talk about how I work, first of all, and how the content plan is kind of focused. I focus on Facebook and Instagram because that's where everyone hangs out. Facebook continues to be the number one platform. It is huge. You are going to find ideal customers, I don't care what you do on Facebook. And by being there consistently, preferably every day, you will start getting attention. And Instagram and Facebook work together. If you link the two, you're posting to two platforms 99% of the time. There are a few posts that don't work, but straight away you're posting to two very different platforms. It is very seldom that somebody on Instagram is also very active on Facebook. People generally prefer one over the other. And by the way, if you're thinking the youngsters are leaving Instagram, they are coming back. So your young audience are there. It's just the type of content you have to create that attracts their attention. So let's quickly talk about which platform is best for which type of content. And then what I want you to try and do is make a note about that. So when you create that type of content, you go, okay, I'm posting this to Instagram and Facebook, but it works for LinkedIn, it also works for TikTok, it works for whichever, and you quickly repurpose. That is so time saving, and then the amplification of your message is instant. First of all, the most important part, and I know I make it again, is every single post on Instagram must be shared to stories daily. You can also add a different post. If you don't want to share the post to stories, make a stories post. Stories are ephemeral content. They last for 24 hours. They can be fun, they can be silly, they can be somebody else's. If those of you who are following me, I share a lot of other people's content to stories that resonate with me, possibly more engagement on that than I do in my own content. So stories are a big way to get new people to find you. LinkedIn, all of you are professionals and should be on LinkedIn and should be active on LinkedIn. I personally post on LinkedIn twice a week or so, more if my content is thought leadership and about professional networking. LinkedIn has gone way beyond an employment platform. You can find customers there, you can learn there, you can build your reputation there. It is a very important platform for building trust. And one of the important types of content you can post is articles. And it's right under where you go to post. Many of you are probably missing this. An article is basically a replication of your blog. So you create a blog for your website, you create an article on LinkedIn of almost the identical content. You can take your blog content, either give ChatGPT the link or copy and paste it into ChatGPT. So you know that you can give ChatGPT a URL link and ask it to analyze the content. So whichever you prefer to do, and you can say to ChatGPT, tweak this article, optimize this article, edit the article, whichever is your voice, for LinkedIn. And there it will repurpose it, copy and paste, and guess what? In a matter of probably 15 minutes, you've got a blog and an article. You'll see a lot more quote inspirational posts, and the other thing on LinkedIn that is very effective is polls. Going to LinkedIn with a poll question of something that is on your mind. So if you're testing a new product, or you wanting to get an idea of how to position the product, what pain point to focus on or whatever, you can appeal to your ideal audience and say which resonates most or which matters most. You'll see lots of polls on LinkedIn. Very useful for collecting data to help you create better messages. YouTube, I really need you to embrace YouTube. And in Content Marketing Kaizen, I have got a YouTube short course. There's no excuse not to get your channel set up and start distributing your content there. The important reasons being, it is owned by Google. It is also a search engine. Google favors YouTube content. When you post on YouTube, it optimizes your search engine results. And it is a great bucket from which to distribute your videos. A lot of my training videos I put as unlisted, so they can't find them on my platform, and I just use that link for my online course videos. Tutorials, webinars, so your Zoom recording, your workshop recordings can be uploaded to YouTube. And of course your explainer video. The thing that you need to know for repurposing is YouTube Shorts. So you create, excuse me, you create an upright mobile video. Think Reels. So you're creating a reel format on Instagram, you download it and you upload it independently. Do not share across competing platforms. You share that video to Instagram Reels, to TikTok, and to YouTube Shorts. Exactly the same video. You might tweak the caption and the hashtags a little. But there's one video gone to 3 platforms. YouTube Shorts is getting bigger and bigger. I'm sure for those of you who've got a YouTube channel, when you open your YouTube, all the shorts come up first. Big awareness content. Google Business, those of you who've got physical business, set up your business on Google with a physical business location. For those of you who are terrified, My RedMatchstick office is my home office. It's where I operate. I've never once had somebody knock on the door, try and break into my office. It helps you get recognized by Google as a proper business. You have to verify your location, you have to verify your listing. We actually have somebody in this group who can verify. That verification process can be a pain in the proverbial because they want to verify that you are not a fake business. So they either send you a verification or you have to go to them as a Google recognized creator and set it up. We have somebody who can do that for you. If you have not set up your Google business, you are missing an opportunity to get found on Google. And once you've set up that location on Google and you set up your location on any other platform, your website, contact us. You embed your Google map. That gives your website about us more credibility. And that you can use on all the other platforms, which integrates everything. And your posts, your promotional posts on your other platforms, so your nice square posts that you're promoting services, a listing, your testimonials, whatever, you can post to Google as a post. You go and look on your Google business, it's got a section where you post content, you post offers, you post updates. And one of the big things to do on Google is ask people to review your business on Google. Once you've got more than 10 reviews on Google, Google starts taking serious note. So if any of you don't have 10 reviews, go and solicit them now. Take the link to your Google review and send that link to people on your email list, to your clients, and say, please, could you take a moment to review me on Google? I promise you, it'll make a difference. People pay attention to those reviews when they go to look for a new service provider. It is very important for people who are talking to local audiences like real estate agents. It locates your business in places where people are searching for it. Next, podcasts. For those of you who are not very much into putting themselves on video and doing faceless marketing, which is fine, it's allowed, you don't have to be in front. I've taught you how to do point of view videos where you are behind the screen, you are pointing it at the content you are talking about and talking with voiceover. So you don't have to show yourself, you are showing your point of view. Look for the point of view training in the course portal if you haven't done it. But podcasts are fantastic for authority building, training content, Q&A sessions, talking with somebody else. Here are some platforms. I listen to podcasts on Spotify, but I've got these for you if you are a beginner. Anchor is a free, easy platform if you're starting out. Buzzsprout is fantastic. You should be visiting Buzzsprout anyway. It's got amazing content. But best of all, on the YouTube training in the course portal, you will note that YouTube has got a podcast option. So if you've got your YouTube channel and you are putting videos on YouTube, you can choose to put it to the podcast channel. And there you can get your link to share podcasts to other platforms. Remember transcripts and audios. When you do Zoom or any other training, you can use the audio on one of these podcast channels. So that's how you create the content. So you're already creating the Zoom. When you save the file, you have the video or the audio. You share the audio to your podcast, but your transcript. Remember, people have different ways of learning. Is it kinesthetic? Is it audio? Is it physical? Do they write? Do they listen? Whichever. You have to try and create content for all those different styles of engaging and consuming content. Some people like to read. One of the great things is right here sitting in front of me on Microsoft is the option in Word to create a transcript of your, I don't know how people who are offering transcript services are staying in business. You simply go straight into Word and you link the video and get it to create a transcript, and it'll analyze the video. Obviously, you have to check it because it doesn't hear our South African accent that well. So here and there the words go a bit wrong. But you can do it timestamps or without timestamps. Create a beautiful document. Now how's that for a lead magnet to build your list? Transcripts, hand in hand with audio. Next, TikTok. Don't ignore TikTok. I am concerned if you are focusing on TikTok that you're going to have a problem because the US seems intent upon banning TikTok because it is Chinese owned. Don't focus on it is my good advice, but do share quick, unique, authentic, informal, quirky content. If you've got a funny, silly video that somebody's taken of you, or you feel like dancing and you put the video on selfie mode, or you record your cat playing in the garden, that kind of stuff works on TikTok. There is an audience on TikTok. Set up your profile and see if you find your audience there. It is very good for tips, challenges. So if you're doing a day of the month challenge or whatever, behind the scenes, obviously tutorials, just fun stuff and not over edited. So it's also a great platform for those of you who are a bit nervous about the editing thing. Very importantly, guys, if you are creating a video on TikTok, do not share it from TikTok to any of the other platforms. They don't like it, and your video will be hidden, downgraded, not shown to people. Minute it's got that TikTok watermark on it because it comes from TikTok, the other platforms don't like it. That video that you upload to TikTok, rather upload it separately. X was Twitter, text-driven content, so you can create a lot of your captions. Instead of uploading the picture, simply your caption. Copy and paste the caption into X. We constantly are creating this content, your niche content. The caption prompt I'm giving you, ChatGPT is rewriting it for you. Copy and paste it into your Twitter and Threads, and there you have your text post. Simple, simple, simple. X is still very much thought-provoking and authority building. So when you're being a little bit contentious or sharing news or an update, try using X. Instagram, stories. Again, reminding you, share your posts to stories, create stories, share somebody else's content to stories. Make sure it is linked to Facebook. You create it on your mobile, so easy, and it automatically shares to Facebook. 2 platforms done in a jiff. And then, the share icon when you go to share the post. So you've got the paper aeroplane below the post. You click on that and then it gives you the option to share the content. And your smartphone automatically gives you the option to share this content to other platforms. E.g., WhatsApp. You can share it to WhatsApp and share it as a state, or share it to any of the other platforms you might have. Whilst I've said don't share to other platforms, it's better than nothing at all. Think about using what's already built into your phone as a sharing option to quickly share content from Instagram to other platforms. Threads, part of Meta, they're still trying to work out who they are. It's supposed to be a text platform, but it's actually visual as well. Try it. I follow a couple of social media gurus, and many people are still very iffy about should you be on Threads, shouldn't you be on Threads. What is interesting to me is my Threads following is constantly growing, and for that reason I must be there. It is worth doing it. It's not going to create extra work. The 3 most effective things on Instagram is Reels. In your content planner, I'm constantly saying create Reels, and giving you many different ideas for Reels. They really work, folks. Go and do the Reel tutorial in the course portal if you haven't done it. User-generated content. So for those of you who've got physical products, this is big. Getting people to share their experience, your workshops, getting people to video their own content, post it and tag you. UGC is huge because why? When people see third-party content shouting out about how great you are, it's more trustworthy. It's not you soliciting the content. Get people to post to their own platform and tag your profile. Educational content. So I give you lots of ideas about how to do carousels, videos to create. We don't do a lot of infographics. I personally have an issue with infographics. I'd love to hear from you if many of you do them. I find them very difficult to consume because of the format. They go on and on and on. So if I want to copy and paste them to digest them, they don't fit on a page and whatever. I'm not wild about infographics, but apparently they work. Finally, blogging and email marketing. Remember, we are talking about omni-channel marketing. The process of taking people from your social media to your platforms is really important. WhatsApp as well. You need to be taking people to a platform where you are nurturing them, where you own some or other direct communication channel. While people are just following and your audience, you must get them to go and click through to your blog, to subscribe to your blog, subscribe to your email list, subscribe to WhatsApp. That is how you take people from just knowing and liking you to trusting and converting. Reels is a specific format. It's an upright mobile video. Up to 60 seconds, it can now go to 90, but try and stick to around 60. It's the same format for a YouTube short. You use your phone like so. A story, on the other hand, can be anything. It can be a reel you've shared to stories. It can be a quote post you've shared to stories. You can share anything to stories. And you can take your own video clip quickly and share it to stories. Share it to stories. You use that share icon and you then get the option to share it to stories. Now remember, a reel, any other content sits on your newsfeed unless you choose to delete it. A story lasts 24 hours and disappears. Where it really is good is it's a highlight of what you are doing right now. So stories, for example, show house right now. That is not a show house tomorrow. Okay. So it's a fabulous post for in the now, like a Monday motivation. Tuesday it's gone. It's not sitting there anymore. It's very much a highlight, and you can still save a story. If you click on the story 3 little buttons once you've created it, you can actually share it to your highlights. Think of stories as, oh, I just quickly want to shout out about this. Tomorrow it's gone. Much like a WhatsApp update. The format for stories can be anything. And you can, when you create the story, you can enlarge it, you can rearrange it, you can make it smaller, you can make it bigger. And remember this great tip I shared in our CMK Facebook group. I was saying to you that I had an issue because CapCut, my favorite caption creating, suddenly is charging for you to create captions and add captions to your video, which was so beautiful. And I've been waiting for the caption sticker to be rolled out. So when you create a reel or a video or any content that's got audio, click on the sticker at the top. The stickers come down and look for captions. And suddenly it does exactly what CapCut used to do for us. Creates a caption for your video. Nice font, you can reposition it, you can edit the caption. That's creating video for sound off, so people can read what you're saying instead of listening. Where my content plan helps enormously, and those of you who are doing it, listen to me. When you have done the week's content, the month's content, and you visit your insights and you see what people have engaged with, that is your tip for content they want. So now, aren't we blessed with AI? Now you can go to ChatGPT and say to ChatGPT, remember Chatty is like talking to your assistant in the office. I would say to Chatty, this is content that my audience or my ideal customer, and you define the ideal customer, has engaged with. And it seems it could be a great topic for an email. Could you draft an email for me? Remember, people primarily, if you look at video consumption statistics, primarily listen to video with sound off. So create it for that, because many people are opening it at the office and so on. So people don't necessarily open with sound on. Secondly, and biggest issue in South Africa is the cost of data and connectivity to run a video. Video content for us is a difficult one, and people need to be able to choose when they're going to watch it, i.e. on Wi-Fi, generally blocked at the office, have to watch it in the evening at home. Some publishing tips, because now we've got all this content and we want to distribute it, but now hell, that's a hell of a job. Now all of you are going, oh God, I'm already so busy, I'm hating this now, what am I going to do? First of all, you are all, I'm sure, using Meta Business Suite. Once your Facebook and Instagram are linked, you post to both at the same time. And remember, above where you are posting, you can tweak the post for Facebook and Instagram. So if you have created, for example, a multi-image post for Facebook, where they look very nice in the Facebook feed, now on Instagram, it's not going to work so nicely. You might want to, on Canva, quickly create that post into a video and then post the video to Instagram. So you can change when you are posting to Meta, you can customize for each platform. Remember that. There is no excuse to post content that doesn't fit or doesn't work. That's for Instagram and Facebook. But when you are publishing further afield, or the way I do it is I use Meta for Facebook and Instagram, then I go to Buffer, free for 3 platforms, to post to the others. So LinkedIn, TikTok, and YouTube. I can post from Buffer to all 3 platforms. So you post twice and distribute to 5 platforms. Buffer is great because you can schedule, do free, but all the platforms on the paid version. Great analytics. Remember, Canva, you can distribute from Canva. Canva is pure gold. I want to take you straight to repurposing. So you've got many tools to distribute content easily and quickly, but for repurposing, if you haven't done the brand kit tutorial on Canva, do it. You've got brand templates. You go and grab a brand template for any platform. So you can also say, create something like I've done here, and go and say resize, and you can choose the resize. So you can say this square post must now be a reel. Then you might have to resize things a little bit, move things around a little bit glitchy here and there. I'm sure they're getting better and better. But what a time saver. What I love though, you go to create a design for social media, pick a design, which is why I'm saying to you, my Canva templates really are becoming superfluous because there is so much on here now that you can choose from. You click on the template, then you click on your brand kit, and it changes the color and the layout to match your brand color. Now that is seconds. So if you've not done this brand kit, please do it. You will save yourself so much time, and your content will look unique in an instant. From that to that, and I clicked once. I didn't spend any time doing the screenshot for you. There we are. And then a finer enabler link. In the content plan, you have a link to Dropbox with probably 100 done for you posts. You go and click on the post and upload it to Canva, or you post it as it is and add a caption. Entirely up to you. Some of them, unfortunately, are branded, but you could just paste your logo over my brand logo. I've got no issues with that. But there is a huge list in Dropbox. All you have to do is click on it, download it to your computer, and guess what? You schedule them there and then, and you've got tons of content done for them. Okay, that's me done. Next, we are going to start focusing on Facebook groups, because it is a very important part. And how easy is it to share content to your group from your Facebook posts? Thank you for your time.